Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through more body positivity, fat acceptance, cringe compilations. So yeah, let's just get into this. Alrighty my people, I just want to interject that I do have a Patreon, and I do want to point out that if you want to support the channel, there is exclusive content on there, and I upload once a week. So yeah, if you want to check it out and support the channel, cool. If not, then let's get on with the video. Being morbidly obese doesn't mean you can't stick your hand in a toilet, I guess. Like, what is going on here?
Look at you.
Cleaning the toilet today. Doing hard things. That's my hard thing today. Cleaning my bathroom. If you can't stand and do this like this, you can always do this. Sit down like this. And get your brush and clean it. And you have your rag right there and all your cleaning stuff. And you can get in here really good.
No shade. Great that you're doing this because everybody needs a clean toilet, but why did you have your hand in the toilet previously? That was gross. I'm sorry. You have the brush too. It's not like she didn't have the toilet brush. I don't know what she was thinking, but I don't know. And it looks like she had a bunch of liquids all over that cloth from what I assume was dunking it in the toilet water. That's pretty gross, bro. No shade, but that's pretty gross.
There's no excuses, guys.
There are no excuses. I like that. There's no excuses. I like how she's doing this, but the beginning was very suspicious.
730 pounds to 457. Yes, I'm morbidly obese, and I keep my house clean. Doing more and more every day. This is one of my hard things today. Let's keep doing hard things, guys.
Honestly, like, I know that the beginning was maybe a little cringy because of the whole, like, cloth thing, but I don't think this belongs in a cringe compilation. Like, she's like, I'm doing things in my house, I'm working hard, and I also lost like 300 pounds. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think this should be in like a cringe compilation or a TikTok compilation. I guess this is just a fat people compilation on TikTok, but I think that this should not be scorned. In fact, good for her, new Nikki 730. Like, bro, like, good on you. Like, people don't do this enough where they're like, yeah, I'm doing tasks, and I'm losing weight, and I'm working hard, and I'm doing more and more every day. That's awesome. I hear people of a normal weight not doing anything. Like, I've talked to so many people throughout my life, even in these recent years, who don't really do anything with their day. Like, they don't clean. They just let their house and their room be a disaster. They're like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm sad. I'm just gonna let my whole life fall apart around me. And that's a lot of people I know. And it's disappointing and it sucks. Like, I know people have mental health issues. I've also had mental health issues throughout my life, but the idea of this person being, I don't know, somewhat judged or scorned or thrown on a compilation, I think is just kind of comical because she's actually like being kind of like a positive individual. And then you've got other people, like, I don't know, tons of people in my generation I know. They have one bad experience or one bad day, or they feel a little down in the dumps, and then they don't do anything with their day and it makes them feel worse, and then they just get into that vicious cycle of not doing anything and beating themselves up and, you know, being like, oh, it's been a whole week and I haven't done anything. Oh, now I'm a lost cause. Like, that whole mentality. Everybody falls into it a little bit, but, you know, this person seems to be doing better in their life, so I hope they keep on doing well.
This is one of my hard things today. Let's keep doing hard things, guys.
In my dismay as a young woman when I found out that people were being nice to me because they wanted to sleep.
So if you didn't hear that, this person says they were doing nice things for me because they wanted to sleep with me.
My dismay as a young woman when I found out that people were being nice to me because they wanted to sleep with me.
So I'm not trying to be shady or side-eye to this woman who's just sharing what her experiences were, but I just wanted to add to this as a fat woman who grew up fat. Growing up fat, you're consistently told that it is physically impossible for people to be sexually attracted to you outside of, like, fetishes. To the point that even if a thin person does loudly proclaim their love of fat people, it's either treated as there's something wrong with them, or they're just doing it as a pity party for the fat person to make the fat person feel better about themselves. So for me, it's really hard to perceive myself as a sexual being for other people. Like, I will wear the low-cut tops, I will wear the mini skirts, I wear all of that because I think it's cute and I like how it looks on me. But thinking of other people perceiving me sexually in that way, it just doesn't occur to me. It's not something that I believe is happening. And I'm sure it is. I'm very cute. I'm sure there are some people who are, but it just doesn't occur in my brain that that is something that's happening when I interact with the world. And I'm not sure that I really prefer the alternative. I don't know if I really want to be sexualized all the time or feel people looking at me in that way. But yeah, it's just not the way that I interact with the world.
This is a fascinating input. The first girl talking about, yeah, like people want something from you, or like people are nice to you because they want to sleep with you. And then this person going like, well, I've never experienced that before because, I've never been perceived that way. I grew up being told I wouldn't be perceived that way. And now I can dress as promiscuously as I want, or I can be as exposed as I want. And I think I look good and I do what I want. But I don't think people look at me sexually, and maybe they don't, maybe they do, I don't know. And also the interesting thing is when people are perceived as like fetishists or as like, I don't know, like white knights or something, or like, I don't know, social justice warriors or whatever the term would be that are interested in you. That's also interesting because I think there are some people who would just genuinely like a person for their personality, especially if they're out there, especially if they're extroverted, more confident in themselves, and they happen to be fat. You can still meet people, you can make friends, you can socialize, and some people will like you for your personality. Like some people have great personalities outside of the way that they look. So you can still get somebody in your life. You can still have somebody love you in your life. It's not impossible. The probability is lower on first glance because, again, like some people on first glance will think, oh, like, how does this person look? Are they my type? That kind of thing. Like, there's no real conflict here, so there's no argument to really make. But when it comes to this, I also think about this because I've never dressed very sexually. Like, I've, throughout my life, not really been very girly, not really been very sexual. Like, I've been able to get away with a lot of stuff in my life and not think of it as, like, super sexual. Like, sex jokes and, like, making provocative commentary for no reason because it's a joke. Like, I don't think about myself as being very sexual. I haven't had a lot of people in my life think that I'm very hot. Haven't had a lot of people want to go out with me or date me or flirt with me or whatever. And then when I started working a specific job, I started noticing, like, man, everybody here is so hypersexual and they all are, like, fucking each other. Like, they all just like have sex with each other. It's really weird. Like, I know it's weird, but I work in the service industry, the restaurant industry, where everybody's got like something going on. Like, everybody's into drugs, everybody's into alcoholism. Alcohol is a really big thing. And then everybody's also like constantly hitting nicotine and constantly like screwing around. And everybody there is very, very sexual and promiscuous. Even married people are promiscuous. It's very weird. But with my commentary, it's like people actually want to sleep with me here. Like, this is weird. And it's not like good. It's like hookup culture-esque. It's not hot. It's weird. But throughout my life, like, I haven't recognized when people have actually had any, like, sort of interest in me romantically or sexually because I've never actually, like, dressed up promiscuously. I've never put makeup on. I've never been the pretty girl. I have a rather grand lack of feminine qualities. So when I hear people talking about this, I find it incredibly fascinating that people do the exact opposite, or people are just like pretty girls and everybody wants to do nice things for them because they want to sleep with them. I always operated on like the transactional basis of like, all right, people are going to want money, access, or you've got something to give, like personality, socialization. You can be a good friend and be extroverted, but at the end of the day, most people will want something from you no matter who you are. If they aren't actually your friend or like a loved one or something, they're usually going to want something from you. So whenever I've dealt with people being nice to me, or acting overly kind to me, I've thought to myself, I'm like, they want something from me. What do they want? And sometimes it's just been like they like me or they have a crush on me or something, and I haven't realized it. So I just find this whole commentary very interesting and fascinating because there's so much that goes into it. There's so much that goes into people's perceptions of other people and what they want from other people, or if people are attracted to them, and if people don't realize that people are attracted to them for various reasons. It's just very interesting to me. So yeah, me realizing that people will overhype fat people because they don't want to feel fat phobic. Yeah, that's actually a problem. A lot of people have the same issues in all kinds of communities and oppressed groups like LGBTQ, like, I don't know, whatever. People will act like they are like an ally because they don't want to come off as discriminant and they don't actually care about the cause, which is why I actually hate a lot of the people that try and like insert themselves in these movements, like the, I don't know, straight white males or the straight white females who like try and like act like they're an ally and a warrior. I've known so many people, especially in Canada, who do that because they're fear-mongered into thinking that if they're just neutral towards it and not an ally, they're like, racist, sexist, homophobic, or they are fat phobic in this context. Like, I know a ton of people who've acted like allies sheerly out of fear and or because they want to act as some sort of peanut gallery, or they want to virtue signal. That's a big one. It's virtue signaling. It's really annoying. I don't know very many people who actually, if they are not actually faced with the plight, like they're not fat or they're not of the oppressed group, I don't know very many people who actually care about the groups. I think a lot of people are just liars. I'm not trying to be a jerk and act like everybody's got evil intentions, but I think a lot of people just kind of want to be like kind of two-faced about it, or maybe like beat around the bush like that, because again, it's like a safety mechanism. Like if you're part of the group, then you're not part of the problem kind of thing. That's what I think. At least the perceived problem, sorry. I know some people don't view these as problems, but from the eyes of the individual who might be part of the movement, they'll perceive any kind of opposition or person that is not adherent to the group as the problem. So I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit.
Ew, stop wearing your shorts over your stomach like that. Oh, okay. Ew, no one wants to see that. Put that shit away. That's fucking disgusting. Take pride in yourself. Okay. Oh my god, what did I just say about how stupid that looks?
I've never actually heard anybody complaining about having more material over you. It's usually to do with less material, like showing off your body and your stomach and everything. Like, people could argue, oh, your shorts are too short, oh, your shirt's too short, whatever, like you're showing too much. I've never heard anybody argue that the shorts covering the stomach are a problem. I don't know how legitimate that is. But saying that, I don't believe that you should dress particularly exposy. I personally think it's better to cover up than to expose yourself, especially online. Like, again, like, I don't like the idea of showing your body off on camera. Like, I think you can tell, because, like, I'm only, like, one little square of a human being, typically dressed with hoodies. But, you know, when it comes to this kind of thing, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't like the idea of it. I know a lot more people are very willing and, like, more body positive and stuff, very open about showing their bodies. I think there's something about it that I don't like. And I'm not exactly sure, because I have had people asking these things, but I think it's bad. I think it's kind of objectifying in some regards more than it is liberating. Just depends on the context. Here, I don't know. I don't know, man. Cool tattoos, though.
I'm a plus size teenager. Of course people think I'm 25 when I'm actually only 17.
I'm a plus size teenager. Of course people think I cook.
I'm a plus size teenager. Of course I get approached by creepy old men.
Plus size teenager, of course everybody thinks I'm a freak.
I'm a plus size teenager, so of course I have another plus size friend to understand my struggles.
Plus size teenager, of course I had to shop at Kato's and Rainbow all the time.
I'm a plus size teenager, so of course everybody assumes my relationship is fake.
I'm a plus size teenager, of course all my aunties tell me I was big boned.
It's kind of sad. I'm not trying to belittle these girls or whatever if they are confident in their bodies and stuff, because again, like, I remember when I was 17 and oh my goodness, I remember when I was in school and like people were very body focused, like being in school in general, like high school, middle school, elementary school even, like people are very body focused. People have very specific perceptions of how they want to look, and if you can't fit like a good mold, you're gonna get bullied, you're gonna be absconded, you're gonna be looked at as weird, people aren't gonna like you as much. Like, it's much more petty than in the real world. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking like these are bigger girls, they're 17, like I know they're kind of laughing, they're making jokes about it, but where are the parents in this mix, and when did they start becoming overweight? Because I actually would blame the parents in this situation more so than the teens. I get they're teens now, but obviously like this behavioral pattern starts at home, and I think that it's actually really concerning, and it makes me really sad when I see like, okay, there's like a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, now 16, 17, like they're overweight, they're obese, they're morbidly obese. I think it's actually really bad, and I don't know how to approach it. I think that like public education services for like parents should be there or something to help introduce healthier living into the household. Something, I don't know. Because I think that this kind of thing starts young, and I think it starts at home, and I think it starts with the parents. So when I see this, I just get disappointed. No shade. I hope that these people are doing well. It's just disappointing and sad. Not trying to overplay it, because I know these are almost adult women, but they're not adults, they're kids. And also, it's gross if there's old, creepy men. I've also dealt with that before. Super discomforting, really fucked up, really scary in some cases. In my personal opinion, the experiences I've had with older men are scary. So yeah, but yeah, that's the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about all of this? And yeah, so that's it, and I hope y'all enjoyed, my people. I will see you all next time, and it has been lovely. Slater.